Birkhall, on the Balmoral estate, 50,000 picturesque acres. The British royal family's much-loved estate in Scotland. It's here that I spent an extraordinary morning with the Prince of Wales and his wife, the Duchess of Cornwall. They granted me unique access, including an exclusive interview with the heir to the throne. Your Royal Highness, thank you so much for welcoming me into your home. It's absolutely beautiful.
Not at all.
We also requested an interview with the Duchess, but she declined. She's never done a TV interview, preferring to give the limelight to her husband. Next month, they celebrate 10 years of marriage. By all accounts, theirs has been a true partnership. And as we talked, Prince Charles did something quite rare for him. He publicly expressed his affection for his wife.
It's always marvellous to have somebody who you feel understands and wants to encourage, and she certainly poked fun at if I get too serious about things. And all that helps,
It's been reported that Charles first met Camilla in the early 1970s at a polo match. There was a mutual attraction, but official duties pulled Charles away as he joined the Royal Navy. Camilla would marry Andrew Parker Bowles. Through the years, Prince Charles and Camilla, she had also divorced, had remained in each other's lives, but mostly away from prying cameras. Then, in 1999, they would make a public appearance, their first as a couple. And on April the 9th, 2005, more than 30 years after they first met, the wedding of Charles and Camilla. The Prince and his new Duchess, a true love story. People cannot believe it's been 10 years. And in that time, the Duchess of Cornwall has defined her own public role as well, hasn't she? Has that been a challenge?
You can imagine it is a real challenge, but she's, I think, been brilliant and in the way she's tackled these things.
The British public warmed to her as she stood by Charles and championed her own interests.
Hello.
CNN has been given intimate access to her appearances. We've watched her host a Christmas party for very sick children.
Hello.
Seen her visit a school to promote writing. Spent a day at the races.
Bye.
And followed her to the base of an infantry regiment.
Take it easy, guys. Yeah?
One of the things that struck me, obviously something that you know about her, is her charm and her humour. It's a side that doesn't always come across on television, but it's pretty powerful in real life, isn't it?
Yes, it's a peculiar thing, sometimes the camera, but also, inevitably, you could be perhaps a bit more relaxed when it's slightly more private, or when you're meeting people without being totally surrounded all the time by the dreaded camera.
We appreciate you allowing our cameras in. Charles is quick to list his wife's many passions and endeavours.
She's done an enormous amount for the whole issue around osteoporosis, which of course runs in her family.
I first became involved with osteoporosis after both my mother and my grandmother died as a result of this devastating disease.
She feels deeply about that. And then again, with all her work on literacy, because she's mad about reading. And her father was a great reader, and I think encouraged her in that way. So she devours books of all kinds. So she's done a hell of a lot in visiting schools and organisations and reading to young people and so on. That's terrific as well, I think. There's a whole mass of areas. She takes a huge interest in hospices and care of young people and elderly. So I'm very proud of her. And in between all that, she tries to support me, which is wonderful of her.
Spending time with them, you really can't help but be struck by how much affection Charles and Camilla have for each other.
We laugh a lot because she sees the funny side of life, thank God. So that, if you can imagine that, adds an enormous amount to the whole thing.
On a recent cold and blustery morning, Prince Charles and Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, took a stroll in the Scottish Highlands. They allowed only CNN to capture these moments, a rare intimate glimpse of them in the gardens of a private residence, Birkhall, on the Balmoral estate.